So, I've only, alright, so I feel like I've been doing pretty well as far as challenges go. Not me, but my team has always, like, out of the team challenges, right? So if you don't count the one where both teams fought for individual immunity, out of 4 challenges, my team has always won 3. So I've only once had to vote someone out. In Rocky, I mean, I guess to everyone else at least it was the apparent choice, so it was kind of a no-brainer, just go with the flow. There was only one small hiccup, which was that Jonathan told Rocky for no reason. So nobody knows why Jonathan told Rocky that people were voting for Rocky, because he had zero motive, since he still voted for Rocky. So people say maybe it's like out of the game reasons, but because of that, Jonathan was sort of like the next target for people on his team. So me and Kira and Jonathan stayed together after the tribe swap, and that meant that we were like, oh well, Jonathan should maybe go. But everybody else from Ratagi who joined was terrified of Kira, because they said, oh, Kira's the best player, she's like got the social skills, which I think is true, except that if you're really the best player, people wouldn't know you were the best player. So people wanted Kira out. Kira and Jonathan, so we're saying, we'll play them off each other, and it was supposed to be another easy week, a breeze. And then Jonathan got immunity, because there was individual immunity up for grabs, which nobody was happy about. And so that threw everything off, because we were worried that Kira had an idol, because, oh my god, this is a long story. And I'm saying because a lot. There was the tribe swap. Am I supposed to look at the camera? There was a tribe swap, and right away Brooke said, oh guys, I had this clue, Nathan King has this clue, I don't want the other team to find out, here it is, go find this. So Garrett brought me looking, and then Kira was looking that night too. She sent a text, I found where it was. It must have been here behind Melbourne with the volleyball court. It's gone. So we figured either Nathan does have it, or Kira has it and just said it was gone, or Brooke had it and gave us a clue to like make people think she didn't, which doesn't really make sense. Nobody's really sure why Brooke gave us a clue either. So then Garrett said he heard, I think, Brooke's roommates talking to her and saying, oh, well, no, that's not, they were like, oh, we thought you found the thing you were looking for when she played a big idol, which meaning that she didn't find it, meaning that it was either Kira or Nathan, except that now Garrett thinks Jonathan has it. So that's the problem, is he also thinks Jonathan and Kira are trying to work together, because at the tribe swap, Jonathan asked Garrett to pick Kira, and instead he chose me. And that means that because one of them has immunity and Garrett thinks an idol, he'll be able to protect Kira, who everybody wants out. So like, the plan was, oh, vote Kira, save Brooke. If he does play the idol and Brooke's out, we don't mind that too much. But now, because he wasn't sure Jonathan would play the idol, or he was worried that Jonathan would tell Brooke, and then the 3 of them would gang up on us, so they wouldn't need to play the idol because they'd have a tie vote. And then one of Garrett or Jenna might get out if they did play the idol, actually. So he said, oh, here's what we'll do. And so this is Garrett's new master plan. Garrett's come up with 3 different plans now, each one more complicated than the last. And so at first he was like, oh, this is good, he's got this down. He's kind of like pulling the strings from the back. And the first one was, oh, well, Jonathan and Kira both probably want each other off. There's 5 of us, well, sorry, there's 6-person team. There's 4 of us who want them off, so they'll have to like join with us, and we'll vote off Kira with Jonathan's help. Then he thought, oh no, Jonathan likes Kira, plus he has immunity and maybe an idol, so we'll say Brooke would vote for Kira. But then, because it all goes back to that week where Jonathan told Rocky, he said, oh, we can't trust Jonathan not to tell Brooke. And then Brooke will flip out and vote for us instead. We can't have that, so we can't let Jonathan know what's really going on. So we have to tell Jonathan we're voting for Pascal. And so that was not something I was happy with, obviously. But because because Garrett ran into Jonathan before he could tell me. Jonathan has already been told by multiple people that I'm the one who everybody should vote for. And so Kira's supposed to think that now, and I'm worried to tell Brooke that, and that's half the team. And basically, Garrett's plan is just way too complicated. It involves like at a tribal council saying, oh, we're all voting for Kira, so that Jonathan burns an idol, which is the whole point of the plan, which I think there's much easier ways to do. Like just actually vote for Kira. So then I ran into Jonathan on the way here, and so I sent him this text. Well, no, I sent the text to Garrett saying what happened with Jonathan, Garrett and Jenna, which we made this groupie chat, JPG for Jenna, Pascal, Garrett, and like JPEG, which I think is like mildly clever. I'm a bit pleased with that, but like I'm not sure if it's going to last at this rate, because Jonathan, the point was, oh, he'll tell you, like we can't trust him not to tell Brooke. He'll tell Brooke we're voting for Brooke, Brooke will vote for us. Oh, he'll tell you we're voting for you, and then you guys will actually vote whatever he wants. And that way he won't know the real plan or even the fake plan. There's an extra layer of safety. But I'm just worried, like I trust, which is maybe stupid, I trust the rest of JPEG that they're actually trying to do what they say they're trying to do. But I'm worried that at tribal council they'll say, oh, we're voting for Kira. Either Jonathan will see through it, not play his idol, or they'll convince Brooke to vote for me. Or like at tribal council, everything could be up in the air, and with me already on the chopping block, people aren't gonna all change their minds at tribal council. So then I went to talk to Jonathan, and so it had been, the whole plan was based on the fact that he can't or won't keep a secret, and he kept the secret. So like I know that he's planning on voting for me, but he didn't tell me that. He said he's voting for Kira, which, like, honestly, I wish he was. I said I'm voting for Kira, which I also wish I was, but now Garrett's not even on board with that anymore because Garrett is just trying to burn the idol and in the meantime get Brooke out. Which, I mean, I don't even think we're sure Jonathan has an idol. Like, he wasn't one of the 3 people who had access to either the clue or the place before it was found. Garrett just thinks he went looking everywhere the first 2 weeks, which is maybe true. I don't know, like, the extent of his searching. So it's putting me on the chopping block all for the sake of an idol we don't know Jonathan has, and we don't know if he'll play, and we don't know who they'll vote for if he does play it. So way more complicated than just saying Brooke and voting Kira. And then the backup plan was, oh, just vote Brooke because then it's fine. And I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I think we could have said, oh, we're voting Kira the whole time, and then vote Brooke, and then have him play the idol on Kira. And I don't see how that would have been any worse than saying, oh, we're voting for Pascal. Oh no, we're voting for Kira at tribal council, then having him play the idol. Except that, and I think I convinced Jenna, because Jenna and Garrett came to my apartment while I was making dinner to hash this all out and tell me, oh, about our new plan, which I just wish they'd told me earlier, because they both, I don't know, Jenna hasn't had her story straight actually, because she said, oh, Jonathan hasn't talked to anybody, but she'd also been texting him. And I don't know why you would want to text Jonathan. It's the last person I'd want to talk to. Except that now I had to find out if he's voting for me or if he keep the secret, and he did, which was frustrating. Because now I know, like, when he's in next time, he'll still be totally capable of lying to me. Oh, Pascal, no, we're voting for Kira, which is exactly what, I mean, I think they're planning to do next time when Jonathan doesn't have immunity or an idol to keep her safe. But still vote for me, right? So, and also, being on the chopping block means that the next round you're more likely to get voted out. But because, so like I said, Jenna texted Jonathan, don't know why, but Garrett like ran into him. It's incredibly frustrating. And like Brooke was there, so he's talking to Brooke and Jonathan. So he said, "Oh yeah, I'll vote for Pascal." And he's planning to go to Brooke later, so you know we're really voting for Kira, and we all hope she'll believe that and vote for Kira. So there's not a tie vote with an immunity, I hope, because then I'm screwed. I mean, people would be voting for Brooke anyways, but it's really, really frustrating. And I thought it was going to be an easy week until Garrett came up with his new plan and started it in motion without me. Because like I said, I think I convinced Jenna it was just too late because they'd already started. And unfortunately, things I'd said didn't contradict it, so they didn't have to go back. Like they have to go back to Brooke, and like you could tell Jonathan, "Oh, we're voting for Brooke. Actually, vote for Brooke." I mean, now I've told Jonathan Kira, so that's too late. But Jenna has no excuse for lying because nobody else was there when she was talking to him. So it's not a good plan. I don't think they're doing it well, and I think it's just way too complicated. And also, I don't like the results because the results are not Kira getting out. Which, to be honest, it's funny because from the beginning of the game, it's like, oh, Kira's the one person I think is chill, who I'd be comfortable. Like, I mean, she did the filming thing, so like, I knew her that much more than anybody else. I mean, I know Paul and Garrett really well, which I'm pretending I don't because I don't want people to think that we're going to be some power line. So like, I didn't go to Survivor tonight. Well, I mean, I also had a rehearsal, but I wouldn't have gone because I don't want people to think I'm friends with them, which is a bit weird. But Kira is like, okay, like obviously socially adapt, like can work together. Like obviously she's like only using me because I'm useful to her, but like I can work with that. And I still don't think she's ever lied to me. But everybody, especially on the other team, which is frustrating, like her own teammates, I think, trusted her more than the people on the other team. So now that the people from the other team are with her, they're trying to get her out. And at least we were. And I was okay with that. That's the thing. And then, like, I was like, okay, we'll do this because you want to do this. And now I'm the only person who still wants to, because the idol is more important than the player, which I don't think is really true. Plus now, Brooke, who's going to vote with us against Kira, kind of be part of the alliance. We're voting her off. So we're weakening our own alliance. There's a chance of me getting voted off, so that's bad. Kira and Jonathan are both still here. And Kira's like, oh, well, this time it's 3-2, we vote them out. It's like, well, no, but what if one has immunity? What if someone else finds an idol? What if we merge and we don't get a chance, and then they just like find people on the other team? And Garrett kept saying things like, oh, well, post-merge we'll join up with Nathan and Helen and Paul and whoever. Like, it'll all be fine post-merge, we'll be in a big alliance, we're set till the end. Which, honestly, like, I don't care whether he believes it or not, but he was only saying it to manipulate me so that I would go along with his plan. Which I realized that I have to go along with his plan because he's already told everybody to vote for me. So there's not anything you can do. It's kind of like actually being voted for. I mean, which honestly at this point it could be. Because even if you know it's coming, you just can't do anything. Because I'm not really trying to convince people not to vote for me because I know that Jenna and Garrett, JPEG, isn't trying to vote for me. But if I was, I'd be failing. Like I told Kira, oh, let's vote for Brooke. I think she was really happy with that, honestly. But I don't think she will in the end. I mean, they're hoping she doesn't. I told Jonathan, oh, let's vote for Kira. I hope he doesn't tell Kira that. And that's the thing, is everyone's like, oh, I hope Jonathan doesn't tell someone this. And now, like, the one person I was hoping he would tell, like, I was like, at least hoping he'd, like, oh, Pascal, they're planning to vote you out. But no. But if he does tell Kira, because Kira thinks they're trying to pull some, like, Peter and Katniss type thing, where it's like,